Hi friends, today we are going to learn webinar on list views and list adapters. So in this webinar we'll be focusing on how to implement list while developing Android applications. Apart from there we'll be also focusing on list adapters, how to provide data to these list elements, right? So this can be the example of list views. So in this example you can observe that just a minute. Yeah, so in this example you have observed that in the first implementation of list view we have enabled the data items of list by checkbox also. Alright, so apart from only one data item being shown to the user, will be also showing a checkbox apart from the text view. Alright, the second list we have implemented 3 columns. So in first column we have image, second we have country name, and the third name is abbreviation of these elements. In the third list we have implemented radio buttons with, apart from the we have enabled the app radio buttons with the list view. Alright, so this is how you can implement a list view according to your requirement in your applications. In most of the applications you will be in the need to implement this type of list view in your application. So there may be the requirement in such a way that you have to choose multiple options from given options, or you have to choose any one option from the given option. So you can also implement a list in the dialog box also. Alright, so this is this webinar I am going to teach you regarding how to implement a list view and how to provide data to this list view. So for implementing a list view in your application, you have to drag and drop a list view element from palette to your XML file. Alright, you already know that for designing of any screen of any particular activity, we are going to design a XML file. That XML file is residing under layout subfolder of res folder, alright, of your Eclipse project. So what happens here, you have to drag and drop a list view element from the palette, from the composite option to your designing part of your XML. After dropping your list view element, you have to get the reference object of this list view dynamically into your activity. Alright, so how to get the reference of your any object? For that you are going to execute a find view by ID method. You already know this, right? So find view by ID and passing the attribute ID of this list view element will get the reference of this list view element, and after that after having the reference object of this list view element, you are going to provide the data, which data that you are going to show to the user on the screen. Alright, so this is how you can implement you can keep this list view element inside your XML file. So this is how the XML file is can be designed by keeping list view element as a child element of any container of any layout design. So here we have used relative layout. So inside the relative layout we have kept text view as a first element, and after that we have kept a list view element. Alright, so this is just one designing portion of your layout.xml file. So how you can also follow the same thing while designing your own apps. So here you can observe inside the list view we have defined the attributes, just like attributes we define and design for the text view, another text view, or just like another elements. Alright, the elements, the attributes of this element will be the same, just like another elements. So apart from these common attributes, we will be also implementing some different attributes for this list view. Alright, so this is how I will just tell you regarding those different attributes. So this is how you can drag and drop a list view from palette to your layout.xml file. So this is a list view element, and these are its own attributes, right? So you can observe that Android:ID it has given the ID @Android:ID/list. So here it has defined the Android system is going to use its default list, alright. So suppose there will be a two case in how you can execute the list view in your application. In one case you will be extending a list view activity class. Suppose you are going to implement a list view element in your activity. So whatever activity you are going to design, that must be the subclass of activity class, right? So, and if you are going to use a list view, only list view in your screen, so you can also extend the list activity class. So design your own activity class that extend the list view activity instead of activity class. But the list activity is also a subclass of activity class. So in the other sense, it is also getting all the properties of its superclass activity. Alright. But when you have extended the list view activity, what happens? Android system is going to implement default list view. Alright. So in that case, the attribute ID of the default list view is, it can be referred by the @Android:ID/list. Alright. So in that case, if your system is going to implement a list, so for that you need to get a reference of that list view, right? So for that you are going to assign @Android:ID/list. But if you are going to extend the activity class, so and again you are going to implement the list view, so that in that case you can also give your own custom ID here. Alright, so in that case you have to refer to your ID by find view by ID. Alright, so these cases we will learn when we are going to do some practical stuff on labs while using our platform. So second parameter is telling that these parameters are already right, regarding specifying the width and height of this list view. So the fourth parameter is entries. So suppose you have suppose you are in need to give some default items to your list view. So suppose you are going to show this list view at the launcher activity of your applications. When a user launch that application from the menu bar, so what happens? It is going to show you the first activity, right? So in that first activity, if you want to have a requirement to that, you want to show some default entry into the list. So how will you provide these default entries to your list? Alright, so in that case you need to get the values of those entry from the string.xml files. You already knows that string.xml file will be residing in the values folder, and there will be a key value pairs of the string data type. Alright, so these entries you are going to provide as a default entries of your list view. After that, if you can also add a new entry to your list view, as well as you can also remove the entry from the list view. That we will see in the next couple of slides. Alright, so this is how you can drag and drop a list view and design and specify some more attributes regarding your list view implementation. Now we will be looking for how to provide data to the list view. Here the adapter class is used to provide data or data items or information to your list view. So you can consider here that list view is a front end of data, and in backend the adapter is providing data to this list view. So what happens here? See, whatever data items are being shown into the list view, each and every data item has its own design. to and each that design will be followed by the each and every there will be a common design for each and every data items that is being shown into the list view, and that common design will be followed by the each and every items into the list view. So suppose here you can observe here that here the list view has been implemented for showing the flags as well as country names as well as the abbreviation name of those countries. Alright, so here you can observe that we have three columns. In first columns we have specified the image, in second column we have specified the country name, and third column we have specified the abbreviations of this country. So we can observe that here the design of any particular item will be showing three columns. So these three columns, in the sense these three columns must be designed in any particular XML file. So here that will be a list_item.xml file. So inside that list_item.xml file you have specified the image element as a first column. Second column you have taken text view element. Alright, and the third column you also have as abbreviations are the of type of string, so you have taken the text view again. So in the list_item.xml you have image element as a first element, second element as a text view, and the third element as a text view also. So image, text view, and text view. So this design you are going to provide to the adapter, and what the adapter will do, see, adapter will be having a information from the array list or a cursor object. Alright, so the responsibility of adapter is to provide design for each and every item, and also the responsibility for which things to be shown into the list view. So here the adapter will take information from the array list. In Android system will be implementing a two type of adapters. So one is array list adapters and the second is cursor adapter. So in the terms of array list adapter, we will be specifying the data items those being shown to the list view in terms of array only. Alright, as you know that what is the difference between array and array list? See, array is a hard bound. Alright, so at the time of defining your array you must give the size of that array, while in the defining the array list you did not have to give the size. You don't have to give the size at the time of defining array list. Just like a dynamic array, you can add and remove item anytime or whatever. There is no any hard thing that you must define the size of array list. You can add infinite number of items into the array list as well as remove the items from the array list. While in the terms of array, you have to you are restricted to that particular size of array, while in array list it is open. Alright, so here you are going to provide the data item information from the array list. Alright, so you must suppose you have Australia, or suppose you have 5 countries, so that 5 countries must be in array list. So those 5 countries will be will be the items of array list, and this complete array list you are going to provide to the adapter. Adapter will design adapter will take the design for each and every item, how to show this each and every country name to the list view, and it will going to provide the merged information to the list view. In the case of cursor, you already know that what is a cursor. Cursor is, we can say, is a cursor object is written by the Android system when we have implemented any queries on database. Alright, so suppose we have any query, just like select star from any table, also it will return you the result set, right, that has been given as a result of any implemented query on the database. So this result set can be retrieved by the cursor object. Alright, so when you are going to when you have a requirement in such a way that you want to show some information from the data in terms of list to the user, so in that case as you know that when you are going to do some manipulation of data on a database, we will be implementing queries, right? So queries will return a cursor object, and this cursor object we can directly set into the adapter. We can design the we can specify the design for each and every item that has been written by the cursor, and the merged information will be given back to the list view. So basically we'll be looking for the array list and cursor adapters. And so here before looking for the programming stuff on how to implement a list view, I'm just telling you that adapter will take two parameters, definitely two parameters. That one parameter it will be taking as a design for each and every item. The second parameter will take as a information, alright, which data items are being shown and the design for each and every item, and will provide information to the list view. Alright. So this is the programming stuff of array, how to implement an array adapter. So here you can observe that list items is of type of array list object, and this is a null object. It will be written by the array list constructor of type string, and here array adapter is a class that is going to define the adapter of type array that will be set to the list view. So here in the second line you can observe that we have used array adapter constructor. Inside this constructor we have three parameters. First parameter is the current context of this application. Second parameter is the design for each and every item. So here we have taken we have designed for the each and every item in list view in terms of list_item.xml under layout folder, and we have specified the ID of this list item as a list_item. So this design it will be specified for each and every item, and the third parameter is which are the data items that we are being shown to that we are going to show into the list view. So this is the list items, the list item, that is the object of type array list. Alright. So this adapter will now, after designing and defining the adapter, we will set this adapter into the list view. Right. So here this example is being shown for the class which is extending the list activity. Alright. So if you are going to implement the list activity, there is no need to explicitly specify the object of list view class. Alright. So because your system is going to implement a default list view. Alright. Because if your Android system is going to implement a default list view, so there is no need to specify any object of list view class and to call of that method. So here set list adapter is a method of list view class, but we haven't specified any object because list view will be implemented by the Android system. So there is no, it will be implicitly the call will be taken by the list view. So after defining adapter class object, we will be setting this adapter object to the set list adapter, with passing as a parameter. Alright. So this is how you can implement the array adapter. Now this is the example of cursor adapter. Alright. So in the cursor adapter, what happens? You will be getting a cursor object as a result of implementing any query on the database. Alright. So the cursor object contains the result set of whatever parameter you have passed whatever parameter you have passed for specifying which information you to get from the database in the query method. Alright. So here you have passed parameters as a people._id, people.capital name and capital NAME, and people.number. Alright. So while executing this query, you will be getting these three columns as a result set. Alright, into the cursor object. Now we have called start managing cursor, and we have passed cursor as a parameter to manage the cursor. Now the things for cursor adapter is the same, just like array adapter. We have to specify here which columns from the result set we are going to map with the elements of elements of the design.xml file. So here actually what happens, you are going to map between the Here you are going to map between the column name of the result set to the elements of the design.xml of each and every data item into the list view. So here inside while defining the cursor adapter object, you will be passing first parameter is the current context, second parameter is the ID of the design XML file of your each and every item that is being shown to the list, just like list underscore item. Here instead of list underscore item, we have list underscore example underscore entry. Alright. Third parameter will be passing a cursor object itself. Fourth parameter, here we will be passing which columns we are going to show onto the list view. Apart from the complete result set columns, we will be showing only we will be only interested for two columns to be shown onto the list. Alright. And these columns, as this is the backend, so we need to provide a mapping between this backend to the front end. Into the front end, we will be having a elements inside that list underscore example dot entry. So here r.id dot name underscore entry and r.id dot number underscore entry are the elements that we are going to map with the columns. Alright. So this is how the maps between columns number and will be taken care. So here the columns is of type of string array, while 2 is a type of integer array. Alright, so it is an integer array in the sense the IDs of these elements has been specified at the ID attribute of those elements inside the list underscore example dot underscore entry. We will be taking reference of these elements while specifying the mapping. Right, and after as you know that after defining and designing the adapter class, we are going to set this adapter inside the set list adapter. Alright, so this will update the information into the list view, and it will going to show the two columns of name and number on list view. So after providing after specifying the data items and design for each and every item on list view, we will be doing some dynamic stuff on list view, just like adding or removing items from the list. Alright. So here the example is being shown for adding or removing any item from the list view. So here you can observe we have five items that has been already added to the list view, and if you want to add one more item to this list view, how it can be done? So when a user will type any string onto the edit text, and when a user click on add, so it will get that typed string from the edit text is going to add to the list view. So here the thing is we have implemented a on click listener on add button. Alright, so here what happens when B1 is the add button, alright, and we'll be taking B2 for the remove button. So here B1 dot set on click listener, as you know how to implement the click on listener. Now what happens when a user click on the add button, it will get the string from the edit text, and it is going to first it will check that is it null or not. If it is null, then it will comes out of the action listener, and if it is not null, then what is going to add this item to the array list. Alright, so here list items is a type of array list, as you know. Alright, there is one method to add any item to the array list, that is add method. So here list items dot add, you are passing this the typed string from the user as a parameter. This will add these things to the array list. Now the sequence is just like that. You are going to provide array list to the adapter. Adapter will be set into the list view, but here see your array list is updated now because you have added one more item to your array list, but your adapter is not aware about this thing. So you also need to refresh the adapter or update the adapter. That is going to provide information to the list view. So for updating the adapter, you are going to call the notify data set changed method on adapter object. So when you do this, when you just implement this, what will happen? The item will be added to the array list, and after adding that item to the array list, your adapter will be updated. As soon as your adapter will be updated, that item will be reflected on the list view. Alright. So when you implement this, you will come to know regarding this one. Now, how to remove item from the list view? So it will follow the same sequence just we have followed for the adding. So while removing the item from the list, you will be going to remove the item from the array list. Alright. Now your array list is updated. What you are going to do? You are going to refresh the adapter. Alright. That is taking this array list items. So again you are going to after removing the item from the list item, you are going to implement the remove method, and passing the index of that. So for passing the index, what will you do? You will getting the size of that array list. So how can you get the size of that array list? By calling the size method. So it will return the size of your array list. So for removing the last item from the array list, you will be passing the last index. Alright. So for that I will passing index -1, and I will call the remove method. So after this, your array list is updated. Now you are going to refresh your adapter. So for that you will be calling notify dataset change. Alright. And see, you can observe that I have kept this thing into the try and catch. Why this try and catch I have implemented? Because if at the end, suppose your array list is empty and I am going to remove item from the array list, what will happen? Because no items inside your array list, and you are going to remove the item. So for that, your under system will throw array index out of bound exception. So this exception must be caught. Alright. So while a user mistake, if a user comes for if user do any mistake, so your system must not be crashed, right? Your application must not be crashed. So for that I have got the array index out of bound exception. Alright. So when this thing happen, then when this event happen, it will going to show a notification message just like no elements in the list to be deleted to the user. It will make aware the user regarding this. Alright. So this is how you can add and remove item from the list view. Right. So at the end, this is what your webinar was intended today. So we saw that how to implement a list view. Then we have seen how to there will be two type of how to provide information to this list view, and the different type of adapters, array list adapters and array adapters and the cursor adapter, as well as we have seen how to add and remove item from the list. Alright. Thank you very much for listening.